We hear a lot about the health benefits of dark chocolate for some of the reasons that we've mentioned. What's the difference between some dark chocolate that people can go buy over the counter versus the CocoaNol product?
Well, I've sort of briefly touched on it. Let's go a little deeper on this. Is that it really has to do with the levels of polyphenols in there and the epicatechan to catechan ratio, right? So those are the most important things, right? Not only are you getting really good antioxidant activity, which does a bunch of stuff, but these higher levels of these things are extremely important because there's been a decent amount of studies that done is that the higher levels of these epicatechans you have, the more your health can benefit from it. So let's just briefly talk about a couple of the things. I've kind of a little bit talked about cardiovascular health. Speaking of the same cardiovascular health, it's kind of known that these kinds of compounds can actually reduce your LDL, for instance, and your triglycerides, and so that's really important. The other thing is like I said, this blood flow thing, they can cause better blood flow. For instance, they've done some research that shows that this blood flow can even be in your brain, right? So you get better blood flow in your brain, which can not only prevent a stroke, for instance, can help with that, but also importantly, that kind of blood flow is very important for cognition. And they've done a little bit of research that shows that when these kinds of active ingredients in these CocoaNol can actually make people retain better memory, have better memory recall, and things like that. And then there's other data to show that it's these activities can also be important in like muscle metabolism and muscle turnover, and could perhaps even suppress appetite. And classically, one of the beauty things with these chocolate is there's a little bit of data out there that says they're kind of very important for gut motility. And so what happens is you sometimes get decreased absorption of fat in there, which could be of benefit. There's some interesting research to show that they can also affect like the flora of your gut and so on, and that's just brand new. I don't even think that it can affect what they call the microbiome. I don't know if you're familiar with that term, but some people the whole makeup of all your gut bacteria and so on, and it can have a positive role in that. There still needs to be a lot more research to be done, but there's a good amount of emerging evidence that these kinds of compounds that exist in CocoaNol in these high concentrations can really do what a compound like this should do, is lead to healthy life, help prevent complications associated with reactive oxygen species, disease, and so on. So, and finally, one of the reasons that the CocoaNol product is such a good product is it sort of is guaranteeing certain amounts of these. You get 10% polyphenols, and you're kind of guaranteeing this. What happens a lot of times, things called dark chocolate could be all over the place with polyphenol content, with epicatechan content, catechan content. There's no standard. You don't even know what you're getting. You could be getting a bunch of sugar with a little bit of this. With this CocoaNol product, you're getting a certain set amount that you're going to get every time.